Hey, I just want to say before we get into this episode that this took way too long because of a lot of technical difficulties. I'm now switching this series, and future series to once every 3 days so that I can have more time and less stress working on them and other projects. So yeah, anyway, that doesn't matter for you, at least right now. Hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching. After an incredibly mediocre start to the season, we are now 3-3 and 1-2 in the Big Ten on Northwestern by week 8. And if you're confused at what's going on, don't worry, I'll catch you up right now. I am taking control of Dennis Archer, QB1 at Northwestern, commit out of Asheville, North Carolina. He's a bit of an improviser himself, and he started out as about a 76, I believe, and he's already up to an 81 halfway through his first season. Obviously as a freshman. And the first thing that I did in week 8 was the weekly agenda. Obviously, training is important to get those skill points. And then a lot of academics, as this is exam week, and I have a 3.0 GPA, shouldn't be too worried, but still got to, and health isn't too bad, so not putting anything in there. A lot of academics and obviously XP. And then for the upgrade, I looked at a lot of options. At this point, I could have done IQ or a physical ability, and I didn't really need like IQ. It's gonna help the overall, but it's not gonna really make Dennis play too much better, because I mean all of the IQ is coming for me and I'm not that smart. I can't really use that to upgrade me in real life, so you know, it's also like, yeah, I mean carrying of course is useful, but he really isn't fumbling even though he is getting sacked a lot. The awareness is important for overall, but not really important for how I play. And then play action probably is important. I'll upgrade it eventually, but eventually I did settle on a physical ability, which I went pretty deep into on which one I wanted, and I ended up going with Mobile Deadeye, which gives me improved accuracy on the run, which is super useful, as, I mean, I have decent accuracy on the run, but the offensive line constantly just is giving the defensive linemen as many opportunities to get at me as they possibly can, really. I then got into training, or practice, I guess, which I ended up doing Scramble Survive, which is definitely my second favorite one, as it's the second easiest one in my opinion. And I didn't do awful. I got silver, which isn't great, but I mean, I'll take it. But we will now get into our Big Ten matchup against my Wisconsin Badgers, and here we are in Evanston, Illinois. Yeah, it's not even Northwest Illinois, but whatever. As defense didn't start out too hot, as we gave up a field goal, so not great. And of course, first play, it's a run and it doesn't go well. But then I scramble out and go on my first run, and it goes very well, getting us a first down. Couple more runs later, and we are doing very, very well, all the way up to the 1, which I will easily hand it off to Cam Porter, get it in to the end zone to take the lead, 7-3, easily. 2 minutes left in the first. And I mean, our defense didn't give up any points, but they did give us it at the 2. And yeah, we got some decent plays, but that wasn't going to go anywhere. It's kind of tough with this offensive line, as, yeah, it would end up with a 4th and 6. Our defense would, however, stop them once again and give us decent field position. Really not good. But once again, 3rd and 6, I can't make anything happen, and we have to punt. But once again, our frackin' defense is holding the Badgers, which is incredibly surprising to me at this point, as we are halfway through the second, and only 3 points given up. Very, very impressive. But unfortunately, our offense isn't exactly doing well, as on 3rd and 12, I don't throw a great pass, and it is picked off, and I'm not going to say anything but get used to it this game, as it would only be a field goal that was given up, as I would quickly make sure to check the difficulty to make sure that it is in fact me playing bad and not Heisman difficulty. But the poor play would halt for a little bit, as I would get the easy slant over the middle, to the right a little bit I guess, for the first down all the way up into plus territory. And then Cam Porter would take an inside HB dive all the way out the outside up to the 34. And then coming out of the 2-minute warning, I would get another rushing first down, scrambling out to the 18. But after a couple of incompletions, it would be 3rd and 10, where I would throw a great pass to the outside corner to get us the ball all the way up to the 1 into 1st and goal, where I would throw the nice and easy out to the tight end to make it 14-6. But once again, our defense only giving up a field goal going into halftime. I'll absolutely take that, a 14-9 lead. And I would even get a nice, easy completion for a first down out of the 1st and 15 after, of course, our running back just gets the jitters, really. So we would have a 1st and 10, where Cam Porter would take the inside run, break a couple tackles all the way up to 2nd and inches. But after a completion and a bad rush, it would be 3rd and 11 after getting the first down, or I'd actually get it, nearly getting sacked. It was a bad pass because I was getting sacked, but we would get the first down. And then once again on a 3rd and 10 after nearly getting sacked, I would throw it out, nice, easy, right there in between the defenders, get it 1st and 10. And it would all seem well until on a 3rd and 7, I would try to roll out, and then I would tap the throwing, button, but it wouldn't let me. So, yeah, we got sacked 4th and 14. But at least our kicker got the field goal, so we still have a lead, even though they did get it up to 15 to now 17. But now halfway through the 3rd, it would be 3rd and 2, and I would hand it off to Cam, but he couldn't make the man miss, as it would be 4th and 1, and we would have to punt. And of course, they would go down and score, making it 22-17, the first time we've been losing since it was 3-0. But it looked for a little bit that we would actually take the lead back, as we would scramble out on a 3rd and 6, wide open, all the way up to the 22, nearly in the red zone. But on a wide receiver screen, which our coach likes just way too much, I would see the defender, but I wouldn't think that he would actually be smart enough to pick it off. And yeah, the defensive lineman would pick it off, and oh yeah, no, it would not be great, as they would get it back and make it 29-17. And at this point, they would have all the momentum. A comeback would be pretty freaking miraculous, as I would throw another interception, 3rd on the day, on a terrible read, and at least our offensive line would tackle him. But yeah, 3rd pick of the day. But don't worry if you think that was it, as on a 1st and 10 on the next drive, I would scramble out, and yeah, once again, it's just not good. I would get the tackle though, so that's got to count for something. But now down 32-17 with 2 minutes left, it would be double slants on 2nd and 10, and once again, throw a bad interception for my 5th pick of the day. And yeah, no, they would score again, 39-17. This game was over. I would try to make something out of it, but by the end, I was so goddamn frustrated that it just wasn't happening. And I mean, at least I leveled up after the game, but I didn't get a skill point, because, I don't know, I think this game is still glitched, but EA's fixing it, I'm not going to worry too soon. And then right after the game, this awful game, I would get invited by a woman to go to a party, and I really didn't care, because I wouldn't have gone anyway, even if that was a good game, because, like, I want to get better. It's just, it's too risky. I'm completely fine. And I'm pretty sure I've seen so many people say that if you, like, give overly eager response, you're just going to get blocked by her, so I really don't care. I also never trust a girl named Audrey, especially with that profile picture. Just not even eyebrows. Like, at least give some eyebrows. Jesus. But next week in practice, I would, of course, do option attack, and it was pretty easy. And I mean, all the time there's some difficult ones, but I would end up getting gold either way. And then for weekly agenda, I would actually do well on the exam last week, as I was underprepared, but I still kept a 3.0 GPA. But I will absolutely take it, as I also get a bit of coach trust for it as well. But of course, we now have another Big Ten game. Big game against the 4-3 Iowa Hawkeyes. As you know, I don't know really what happens, but apparently they have an 84 offense. Not really realistic. I guess the tight ends carry them in Road to Glory, but whatever. Their defense is just so good that I am just absolutely shivering in my boots. And here we are in Iowa. Stadium Pulse says it's one of the toughest places to play, number 17. We have played in tough places like Washington and places like that. Thank God we didn't have to play in Wisconsin. That would have been much worse than this. But first drive, we were calm, cool, and collected, making the tough throws, getting it on 3rd downs, which happened quite a lot, actually.
But unfortunately, it would culminate in a 3rd and 12 fairly quickly where we would not get it. It would be incomplete and dropped. But of course, even our very, very under average defense would of course hold the terrible Iowa Hawkeyes offense to no points. But no need to worry, it would be 3rd and 13 soon enough, and our guy would drop it, so yeah. But of course, it would happen eventually, as our defense is probably worse than the Hawkeyes' offense is, which is just miraculous if you think about it. So now down 7-0, I would make a couple good pass plays, also handing it off quite a lot, obviously. Stadium Pulse, pretty freaking terrifying. But I mean, I'd get it all the way up to Hawkeyes territory after scrambling out from the 34, getting it up to the 46, nearly into Hawkeyes territory, sorry. But then after running it into the dirt with just, yeah, rushing attack really doesn't work well. It sometimes does. Scrambling is mainly the way that it works. But yeah, coach really likes it, but by this point it would be the end of the first quarter. We'd all be waving to the Children's Hospital, which is pretty cool that they have it in this game, obviously. But then after another very, very failed running play, just 2 back-to-back negative 2-yard rushes, not great, not great. It would be 3rd and 14, where I would actually find a guy pretty deep, fairly open for the dime to make it 1st and 10 at the 15. And we would have this stadium quiet, as Cam Porter would finally have a good rushing play all the way up to the 9. Where on 2nd and goal from the 1, I would make a very stupid decision. But unfortunately for me, I don't know how. I wasn't even moving that far to the left. It's literally 5 yards ahead of me. And just, it's truly impeccable how with good accuracy, it was that bad of a throw. And of course after that, I would get stuffed on the read option and it would be 4th and goal, so we'd have to kick the field goal. And of course our defense would let up once again, and our offense just wasn't doing anything, as coach would call a screenplay on 3rd and 14, and you can imagine how well that went. And also one thing, wear and tear. I've been getting hit, because Iowa, pretty good defensive line. Pretty freaking good, so I've been getting hit, and my chest is feeling it as I have a severe chance of injury, as, yeah, my throw on the run is negative 11. Throw power, negative 10. Medium accuracy, negative 11. Not good. But at least our defense would hold once again. As once again on a 3rd and long, I would just find the corner. Nice and easy. That's pretty much the only good play that we ever had this game.
Then right after a couple of short completions, I would find the tight end, I believe, over the deep crosser. He would catch it for the long gain on 3rd and 4, all the way up to the 9 to make it 1st and goal. And then on 1st and goal, I would start to, move around in the pocket. I was not even really in the pocket anymore because I was just terrified of getting hit. But I would find a wide open receiver in the back of the end zone. I would make the easy pass. I don't know how the other pass was so inaccurate when that was bad accuracy, moving more to the left with a defender there. I don't get it, but whatever. We got the touchdown, so I'm fine for now. Then our defense would manage to get us the ball back with 55 seconds left in the second, where we would nearly just fumble it away as on 3rd and 6. I just simply made the drag, which he almost ran out of bounds, but it's okay because we got the 1st down. I would then scramble up to make it 3rd and 1 before throwing nice easy screen all the way up to the 11 for 1st and 10. But unfortunately, a couple of incompletions and a bad run later, we would be kicking the field goal. But I do want to say, on this last play that was somehow incomplete, I would find the tight end wide open in the end zone, and he appeared to have both feet down, but I quickly looked back at the replay, and yeah, no, he just had zero awareness, and pretty much the first thing that came down on his whole right foot was his toes in the white, so yeah, not great there. And unfortunately, next drive, we would get the field goal, but our defense would give up a touchdown, and then on 3rd and 6, I would just be scrambling all around like a crazy boy, and eventually the throw button wouldn't work as it usually does, and I would get sacked, which would end up in the Hawkeyes getting 28 to 13. So yeah, at this point, we're Northwestern. We don't have a single dog chance in any universe to ever exist in winning this game. I'm really just here for the and giggles, but I'll just show you the highlights. As on 3rd and 2 on this immediate drive, I would just scramble out nice and easy, not even get tackled, break a tackle, but I was already out of bounds. And actually on this drive, we would do very, very well getting it all the way into the red zone, where on 3rd and 5, I would drop back, get hit while I'm throwing, and throw to the corner, and it was picked off for my 1 interception. Not great, but whatever, dude. 3rd and 5, had to throw it to the end zone, or at least somewhere close to there. And it was picked off, whatever. And then next drive, defense would actually not give up anything, but with 6 minutes left in the 4th, screenplay got absolutely blown up because EA just does not know how to make them work. And that has translated over to College Football 25. They do sometimes work, but like most of the time, the running back just gets stuck behind one of the linemen. And yeah, it's really not pretty. But yeah, next drive, defense would make it 35-13 with 5 minutes left in the 4th, and yeah, really just not a great chance. And I would still be getting frustrated on certain plays, like this 3rd and 10, where the receiver just outright dropped it. I get he had a defender on him, but he could have just dropped down. Like, it's really not that hard. Coach would also keep having us go in for these 4th downs, which would just never work. And by 3 minutes left in the 4th, it would be 38-13, and yeah, we're just running the clock out for him, basically. Going for it on 4th down, all the fun stuff. We would get like a couple of them, but like, yeah. We would even get into the red zone, and I would have easily the highlight play of this Road to Glory so far. Oh my god, it's so sad that this did not come on like a game-winning play or something like that. This was incredible. I'm not even going to talk during it. I'm just going to let you experience.
2nd and 11. Looking to throw it again. Here he goes, breaking the pocket. Headed to the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Northwestern.
Yeah, no, that was nice. That was pretty nice. Really just an overall representation of this Road to Glory, because the offense line is just so bad, and I have to usually carry them, which most of the time I don't do very well, but I mean, you know, still I do. And yeah, Iowa would then kneel out the ball, and they would end up winning 38-20. Honestly, not a surprise at all. I was still super freaking frustrated, as yeah, this was just a really, really frustrating couple of games here. But whatever. Only 1 pick instead of 5. I will definitely take that, as we are now 3-5 and 1-4 in the Big Ten, which is completely expected, as we are Northwestern. And I would somehow level up once again after the game. Just crazy. I don't know how that's happening. And also, one thing with the wear and tear is that definitely after being obviously at a severe risk of injury, it just kind of went away with time, which is definitely realistic. Which, I mean, it's also nice, so, yeah, at like halftime, it was completely good afterwards. But I would then simulate into week 10, where I would immediately get a text from our defensive tackle, Brendan Flakes, and he was asking me if I wanted to drive with him for like an 8:30 a.m. lecture, which honestly really not really a risk. You know, I'm not losing any energy or anything, and like, it's gonna raise like my leadership or something, right? So like, why not take it? And I mean, I know his defensive side and they're dog crap awful, but like, whatever. And I mean, he's also definitely had the best profile picture out of any of these guys texting me. I mean, my goodness. And next up in week 10, we will have the Purdue Boilermakers, but that is for next episode. I hope you enjoyed. This was an absolute misery to make. My computer had issues. This whole video creation thing had lots of issues, and overall it was not fun, but I pulled through, so I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.